Draw the lines if you want your party to win it all. But a whole lot of voters say no. Just redraw those lines when it's election time.
Gerrymandering, the practice of drawing an electoral district to try and benefit a particular party, a particular political party, in order to keep up with the changing population patterns. Every 10 years after the census, districts need to be redrawn. In most states, the districts are redrawn by the state legislature, which means the districts are drawn to favor whichever party is in power in that state.
I'm just trying to do my jigsaw puzzle.
Gerrymandering's been going on for more than 200 years. What's different now? Politicians are now in possession of much more detailed information on voting habits and demographics, so that it's possible to get an almost block-by-block, house-by-house map of expected voting. And of course, parties are no longer drawing these districts by hand. They're now in possession of sophisticated computer programs to draw the districts gerrymandered as much as possible for an intended outcome. Here's one fairly close to home. New York State District 51, which starts just to the northwest of Ulster County, stretches all the way to Herkimer in the north and to the outskirts of Ithaca in the west. It's been satired as looking kind of like Abe Lincoln riding on a vacuum cleaner.
Just ain't fair. Just ain't fair. Just ain't fair. Just ain't fair.
A large number of voters live in congressional districts where their vote is virtually meaningless. The result is known beforehand because of the way the district has been drawn. More elongated and irregularly shaped districts that are drawn with no regards to actual communities make it difficult even for diligent representatives to actually be in touch and aware of what's going on in the entire district. If you are someone, as the majority of Americans are, if you are someone who wants Democrats and Republicans to work together, then you should hate gerrymandering. In gerrymandered districts, politicians are reliant only on the votes of one party. There's no incentive to do anything that would appeal to the voters in the other party, and in fact, there are incentives to appear uncompromising so as not to be endangered by a challenger from the right in the Republican Party or the left in the Democratic Party, a challenger in their own party's primary, which contributes in a major way to lack of bipartisanship. There are a number of possible solutions for the gerrymandering problem. If there were proportional representation on the state level, there would be no districts and hence no gerrymandering. Although getting proportional representation might be an even heavier lift than ending gerrymandering. But there are procedures in a number of states which try to limit just how unfair districts can be. The most common set of solutions involves having the districts either drawn by a nonpartisan panel or being drawn by the state legislature, but subject to the approval of a nonpartisan panel, usually made up of judges and/or professors. Variations on predetermining and agreeing upon a fair formula or algorithm ahead of time. The bottom map was drawn in North Carolina using an algorithm that maximized compactness of the districts. That is, the district should be as little spread out as possible. You can see the actual map that's being used now in the upper left-hand corner. None of these possible solutions are perfect. Any one of them would be preferable to our present system. For some reason, it seems to be hard to get a lot of politicians on board with reforming the districting process.
Gotta change the rules.